T-minus 17 seconds and counting. 15, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 2, 1.
Yolita, would you like to start?
Okay, we have approval of the February Journal meeting minutes. Becky Edmonds and Susan Shaw.
And Susan's not here today,
So can someone else volunteer?
Yeah, just give me a minute. I make a motion to approve them? They're all good, right? Like, they make sense from this.
We're good? Approved as printed? Okay.
Well, let's do it officially. We're on video, you guys. Say, I did. You did you?
I said I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Yes, you did.
I thought you were asking me.
I wasn't, I did. Then I laughed out loud.
And then we need to have volunteers to approve the minutes for this month's meeting in May.
we could probably put Susan down on that one.
Okay.
She'll be there for that one most likely.
And then do we have another volunteer?
Lori, would you volunteer for us?
Sure.
That's for,
May 5th.
no, we're actually gonna do it on May 27th.
Oh.
Changing it up a little bit for the end of the year.
Okay.
Okay, so old business, next. First order of business is we've gotten our tax status reinstated retroactively.
Nice
And,
job.
yeah, so they retroactively reinstated it from when we were, revoked in March of last year. So anything that's been claimed or donated and claimed, will get the status on their tax for donating to a nonprofit.
Good.
Yay. So, and that also means we can go full force ahead with any new fundraising stuff and know that we are doing it above board. C's fundraiser, Lori, would you like to, let us know how that went?
So, I'm sorry, I don't have any information on that. It went great, I feel like we made about a little over, close to $1,600 profit.
Nice.
So, and my understanding is we were hoping to at least sell that much, so it was very exciting. I didn't know what to expect, but we had one order that was $1,400.
Right, that was amazing.
It was awesome.
Yep.
It was awesome. And then there was 3 conflicts with money, and all 3 got cleared up. Sorting went well. We had 1 extra pound, and then that was found yesterday. Someone called and said we didn't get a pound, and so that got delivered today. So
Awesome.
I think C's was amazing to work with.
Awesome, very good. And yeah, on our budget it said we made $1692.72 on the spring. So that was awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. Thank you to everybody who helped with that and who bought candy.
And yeah, for everyone who bought candy, and then also for everyone who helped volunteer to get it sorted for you and all that kind of stuff.
So if you want to just glance behind you, this is kind of, if you go to I found out, if you go to the PTC website, case for the PTC, and you scroll down, and this is what it would look like in there. Oh, not refreshing the wall here, but I know, that's all I have to do is do one thing wrong, and then it stops working. So I'll try again. Give me take a look.
So we are streaming this live on our PTC website.
So that's all you have to do is play it, and it does have sound and everything in it as well. There's a delay to it a little bit, but this is an example of the things that Jesse's working on, so thank you. Anyway, I'm done. Go ahead.
No problem. All right, the next order of business is the Buddy Bench. And I did get an email from James Provins. He's done with the project proposal, and he needs to get some signatures from Mr. Welty, as well as his district's approval. And he is going to begin to gather materials later this month, around the 25th. And he's planning on the project taking place on May 16th. He will also need to get in contact with the maintenance crew and let them know about the new bench as well. Right now, he's planning on building the bench, painting it, securing it down, and also repainting the U.S. map and the little blobs on the sidewalk around the school.
Wow.
So he's going to gather all that kind of stuff together. I did send him an email letting him know that we thought that project sounded great, that he would have to work directly with Mr. Welty and the maintenance crew here, and that we're here to support him with anything. And then also I did also suggest to him to make a video of what the Buddy Bench is about, so that they can play it at the recess roundup every year as part of the explanation of what the rules are for recess. So that's on its way, and it looks like it's going to be, really raring to go next year.
When you say he needs his district approval, do you mean like his Cub
Scouts.
Scout district or the Roseville district?
His
School district?
Cub Scouts
Oh.
district approval. Yeah.
And what was that date you gave?
He said he's going to gather materials around the 25th of this month, and he's going to start planning to put the project in on May 16th. And he'll keep us posted with his progress and stuff too. I did ask him about donations from the community versus the budgeted amount that we have for him. If he doesn't need all our full funds that we have budgeted, that would help free up some funds for our budget elsewhere. But if he needs it, we have it budgeted, so. Box tops and labels for education.
I don't remember what the last thing was that,
I think we were
said.
waiting for a check. And
We have placed
Waiting
an
for the
order.
check.
Still waiting for the check.
I don't know if Danielle has a check or not. It should, I kind of feel like it should be here,
As
but,
far as last week, she hadn't received one yet.
okay. And there's the one check that we're still unsure of with what Kathy did last year, and she has said she's called them again and still hasn't heard back. They couldn't find anything, and someone else is looking further into it, so
Okay.
I don't know.
Did we get our
There-
equipment?
Yes, we got the equipment.
Labels for
Okay.
education, that came in, I remember.
That'll came, there's a bunch of stuff. Right now, there's 4,000 something points, and so I'm gonna order some more, the, like, wall balls. That's what, Mrs. Burkett said she wants more of, so,
Okay, more wall balls.
yeah. So I'm gonna order more of those, and then there won't be a lot left for next year, but, of points left, but, there's gonna be one more competition that I think will end May 15th. I'm gonna ask Jen if she'll send out a flyer
Okay.
next week, maybe.
And do another one?
One last one for this
Okay.
year, but we can
We
use the
won't see those
points.
funds until next
We
year.
won't, for the box tops, we won't get the money because the check doesn't come till November, but
Oh, okay,
they store it up and then that's when they send the check, but,
okay.
so just, that'll be the last one I'm gonna do this school year.
And then labels for education, how fast do you spend those points?
Quickly,
Oh, okay.
so I'm gonna buy the rest of the balls and then I'll put the next order in and just save those for next year.
Okay. And they will save our points for next year?
Yes, it's just,
It just
like-
accumulates?
there was tons on there already from before when I started, so,
Okay.
for tennis labels.
So this is kind of off subject, but PE equipment, they play kickball with a soccer ball, and I've asked why, because that's hard. And I mean, I can't imagine catching it on your chest or whatever, but they said that the bouncy balls pop easily. So isn't there a quality level here? Like, is there a way to spend a little bit more money and get a better quality ball?
That'd be something to
I
bring
mean-
in the district.
Do we only have box tops to buy balls through, whatever company
I'm
they buy? Do you
assuming that-
use your points and that comes directly from box tops? to get the equipment, or
The points come
That's
from
what
labels for
I-
education.
Yeah, the labels, the Campbell's labels buy
Okay.
equipment.
buy playground equipment? So we
Right,
get
right.
like what they have.
Miss Burkett gets whatever, other stuff, though, she doesn't.
We supplement the district's equipment.
Okay.
So we supplement so that there's more, so that more kids can play with balls and stuff. They don't fund their PE department from labels from
Right.
education. They get it from the district, and then we supplement.
Okay.
So whatever we supplement is what we get.
I think the better answer you want is from Mrs. Burkett. If you ask her, because she does a balance between something that is soft and cushiony and something that's sturdy and will last. So,
Okay, so maybe
we
she
find
gets-
out from her why they choose that particular item for that particular,
Okay.
because it's very structured as to we use this ball for this, we use this ball for this, and there's reasoning behind it. So I would just chat with her, because I think that I know that she teaches play with this ball, this game, for this reason. And we typically only have problems when kids intentionally pop them, and the balls actually last a long time because the ball is designed for that particular thing. So if talk with her about it though.
Okay.
Because we might
I'm just curious.
we might have more information as to why. And if there is something that's a discrepancy as to, oh, we need to get a better ball for this, then absolutely. Then she'll know also.
Thanks. Sorry.
No worries. Spirit wear orders, have you checked in lately with, Julie? All right, so we're gonna put, like a here's what's coming kind of thing, and we wanna remind people that spirit wear can still be ordered,
Okay.
like for spring,
Yeah. So we put out 10 extra T-shirts. Do you know where they are?
I don't. When were the?
When we did the original order in September, October.
Okay.
So there's 10
The most
short
likely
sleeve.
in my office, there's a bag that says sell for $7 for PTC, and it's in my.
Okay. So good. So I'm wondering if we could, and it's down further on our upcoming events, but I'm wondering if we could have a PTC table at the movie night and like have those out and try to sell them that night. I mean, it's only 10, but maybe somebody wants to buy one on the spot, and they're short sleeve, so the weather is appropriate. And then promote getting a board for next year and promote PTC at the movie night.
Yeah, most definitely. That sounds great.
And I could help with the selling of the shirts, but I also need to learn the popcorn machine. So I have to figure that out. Or are we doing popcorn if it's dinner and a movie night?
Yeah, we are going to do the movie night. Coming into the movie is free, but we are going to be selling pizza and water and cotton candy and
Oh, okay.
popcorn. We're gonna try to make it more of a fundraiser since we can now and not get in trouble for it. And we need to make up for lost time, so we're gonna try to make it a little more of a fundraiser night, making it a meal, making it a dinner,
Okay.
combination.
So not like
Pizza,
a
water,
spaghetti
and-
feed, but pizza.
Yeah, pizza, water, and cotton candy, or make it like a little
Meal deal.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm skipping ahead again, sorry.
that's okay. I'm writing that down for the table though. All right, well, that kind of falls under other. Anything else, old business-wise, that we want to bring up? Mr. Welty, do you have anything?
Right now, I have an email out to teachers asking them to give me the amount of medals needed per class.
Okay,
And so as soon as I get a turnaround on that, they receive medals to indicate exceptional growth in reading. And so each classroom, they get an idea of how many they'll need, and then at the end of the year, they give the medals to students, kind of like a medallion. So that.
did you give them a deadline about?
I should know by the end of, at least by the middle of next week.
Okay.
Think about it. And then the other thing to think about, and this is one of those pieces that would be helpful when we're talking about end of year things. I can't believe we're even saying the words end of year, but it is something you have to get ahead of. Is there's going to be some awards given for growth in the area of reading, and that are more aligned by principle. So if there's, when you do go out to businesses and and they say, well, I can't really give this, but I can give a certain amount of these particular certificates, that would be ideal for a situation like that. By, you know, the most exceptional growth. You know, some students from the first and second trimester grew 7 levels, and they're only supposed to grow that through the course of a year. And they grew in the first trimester. That's something that when you see that kid, that at the end of the year, they should be recognized for that particular hard work. And that's where I'm looking at any type of awards that might be in different businesses in the community. What I've done in the past is I've taken some of the certificates I've had and made little kind of care packages with them. But sometimes it's better to go out and get bigger prizes from, like, you know, there's pizzas out there by Domino's. That's a bigger thing than an ice cream cone at that place, you know, those kind of things. So,
Do you still have the Papa Murphy's kids
Yeah.
pizza?
Do you have a
Free
Papa
kids pizza?
Yeah.
Okay, because I love that. I that was really cute.
yeah, and
Well,
I
and I
have
know
a
we
lot.
can go and sign up with John's Incredible Pizza. They'll give out free certificates.
We have some of those as well.
Okay.
I'm just saying that if you want to know what I have and you want to kind of help me with it, because my hours are limited in this capacity, but it's one of those things I'm going to be delegating to Chris, our new office front secretary, to take hold of that and run with it
Okay.
over a longer period of time. Then she's not going to be able to handle getting it, you know, up to where it should be within months. It's going to be something over the course of a year. We're trying to build that capacity to have a lot of certificates in there to choose from. But it's one that I could use some help in the immediacy to help kind of organize what you have and what we need to go and kind of people to beat the streets a little bit for that. So, yeah, Alma?
Mom would like to know when the medals are given out to students.
So typically it's the last week of school, and then your teacher will be in contact with you on the specific date and time. Sure. Usualmente último día. Sí, en 5 grado. Usually it's the last day for 5th grade.
Okay. So new business. Walk back to school Wednesdays. Today was walk to school day. Was there a lot of participation today?
Yeah, there were a few. I had about 12.
28? Okay.
Yeah, I had about 12, about half of it.
Well, it was right after. Wasn't any.
We didn't push hard
All
on.
we had
I
was
know.
Yeah, we didn't push hard on getting lots of notices out this time. It's coming right off of a break. It was a little
I know. I was reminded by a text at 6 a.m. So, but hey, thank you for hooking me up to Active 4 scanner because
Yeah.
I got it and was able to scan James in.
Yeah.
So now I'm ready for next
So
month.
she left her tag at home, and so we just said, here's the code. You can download it, and so as a parent, he's done it before. He just has the phone, the app of the phone, and before we didn't have the scanner, he just used his phone to do it. So I want to take a moment to introduce Julia. Have you met any of the folks here? Okay. This is Julia, and she works with the city of Roseville, and she helps with Yvonne to coordinate the program. Am I right in saying that? Okay.
Yeah, Yvonne and I work together, and I'm here. She couldn't be here today. She wanted to come, but she couldn't make it today. But we had some updates, and then do you want me to go ahead?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You have the floor.
So the city of Roseville now has Bike Walk Ambassador volunteers, which are citywide volunteers where they help us increase walking and biking around our schools and on our trails. And we have we actually have 5 volunteers. They're all fingerprint, they pass fingerprinting. We interview them. They're trained so they know what to say, what to look for, and when they're in the community, when they're representing the city. And one of the 5 is particularly interested in helping in Caseburg. He does not live in the area, but he has a friend that lives down the street, so he is more than willing to help on a scan day or any other kind of walking-related activity. So I mentioned to him if we can do maybe walking Wednesdays every week in May. That way, regionally May is Bike Month. A lot of schools in the whole region, Sacramento region, participate in May's Bike Month, which is see how many trips they can get, bring up the participation. It's kind of like, get the kids more excited, especially the winter or after winter months. Now May is obviously warmer, and hopefully we can build that new skill, or not skill, what's the new, that they
The discipline.
exactly, that they expect that, walking to school is an option regardless of, what day of the week it is. So I was, emailing back and forth, and if we can somehow promote Walking Wednesdays for every week in May, that way I need to know for sure if we have enough Chromebooks or whatever's available. And if we have one additional person on every Wednesday, that way Aaron, our city volunteer, can commit to being here every Wednesday morning to help. So that's one additional person, but we do need someone at the back gate, or if he's going to be at the back, we need another person, so we need 2 people total. So if we can...
You sent him a flyer of a break, and I was going to call you.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to issue citations for kids not wearing helmets?
Yeah.
No, but
I would like
to follow through with finding out about training and stuff like that.
Okay.
Good news on that. We're having an assembly soon for 4th and 5th in specific that is going to be enforcing and encouraging, and this is through Vaughn. This one is they're not going to sit down and write it that way. They're being told about it, but they're given a due date about the
neat.
And we're giving them a bookmark, that'll help them, so they don't have to sit there and remember what are the ABCs of taking your bike. But that's next Friday. But that'll also that'll be a good time to talk about walking to school every Wednesday in May.
Right.
So apart from that, what else can we do to help, promote that school-wide?
I think the biggest thing is to get to the kids, because the kids always spur the adults.
Right.
So, we can do as much as we can, send out flyers and all that kind of stuff that we've done. It doesn't always,
Motivate the
Yeah.
parents.
Yeah, too much information.
right, and then when we had our school dance, it was the kids that went home and bugged their parents about bringing them to the school dance. And that's how we got from, I think, what did we sell, 54 tickets to over 100. Because the kids bugged the parents and they went home. So getting to the kids through an assembly, through a rally, through something that maybe student council could help run or whatnot, will get those kids home to bug their parents about, we have to walk to school, we have to walk to school, we have to walk to school. And the parents go, okay, fine, let's go. So getting them spurred into, the 4th and 5th would be great, for the bike stuff, but to get the whole school involved and maybe even spurring those 4th and 5th graders into getting the other grades. I don't know. Just something you have to get to the kids to get them riled up, to get the parents.
So with student council, could they make their own posters, their own messages, and have it around campus, or hold it while kids are being picked up?
I can ask student council if they can support it that way.
Okay.
And I know that, was it you and I that were going through, and we included Mr. Barber, he's one of the faculty members that runs the student council.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever heard back from him.
I haven't, no.
Okay.
The last time I talked was with Lisa.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so if we can include student council, that would be great. I don't know if it's, we can do another, either newsletter blast, or do you have any kind of like a phone messages that you send out?
School messenger.
School messenger?
So a couple different things come to mind. Number one was the signage that could happen. If we decide to go out of every Wednesday's Walk to School Wednesday, we start that in May, student specifically about helmet wear, bike safety.
We're doing this on the 17th, right?
Yeah,
Of April?
yeah, it's coming up the 17th.
Next Friday, actually.
I know that.
What?
And that's our bike challenge. So we have 2 bikes that we wanted to give away to kids who ride an essay and 2 bikes.
Do we know that? Does that been told to the students yet?
Yes.
Right, and
the
essay about bike.
teachers know
Okay.
about it.
This
So
is just for 4th and
and,
4th
and
and
the
5th.
assembly is about promoting it to the students. So if you
Oh.
don't know anything about it, it's because it's being promoted. They're not going to sit down and write it that way. They're being told about it, then they're given a due date about
Yeah.
the.
Neat.
And we're giving them a bookmark, that'll help them, so they don't have to sit there and remember what are the ABCs of
Yeah.
checking your bike. But yeah, that's next Friday. But that'll also lead into, that'll be a good time to talk about walking to school every Wednesday in May.
Right.
So apart from that, what else can we do to help, promote that school-wide?
I think the biggest thing is to get to the kids, because the kids always spur the adults.
Right.
So, I mean, we can do as much as we can, send out flyers and all that kind of stuff that we've done. It doesn't always,
Motivate the
It's, yeah.
Yeah,
parents.
too much information.
right, and then like, when we had our school dance, it was the kids that went home and bugged their their parents about bringing them to the school dance. And that's how we got from, I think, what did we sell, 54 tickets to over 100. Because the kids bugged the parents and they went home. So getting to the kids through an assembly, through a rally, through something that maybe student council could help run or whatnot, will get those kids home to bug their parents about, we have to walk to school, we have to walk to school, we have to walk to school. And parents go, okay, fine, let's go. So getting them spurred into, I mean, the 4th and 5th would be great, for the bike stuff, but to get the whole school involved and maybe even spurring those 4th and 5th graders into getting the other grades. I don't know, I mean, just something you have to get to the kids to get them riled up, to get the parents.
So with student council, could they make their own posters, their own messages, and have it around campus, or hold it while kids are being picked up, something like that?
Yeah, I can ask student council if they can support it that way.
Okay.
And I know that, was it you and I that went through and we included Mr. Barber? He's one of the faculty members that runs the student council.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever heard back from him.
I haven't, no.
Okay.
The last time I talked was with Pizza.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, if we can include student council, that would be great. I don't know if it's, we can do another, either newsletter blast, or do you have any kind of like a phone messages that you send out?
School messenger.
School messenger?
So a couple different things come to mind. Number one was the signage that could happen. If we decide to go out of every Wednesday's Walk to School Wednesday, and we start that in May, and we get a great response, I don't see a reason why this can't be something that sustains through next year and will continue on. But
That's the goal.
that's the initiative, the push of this, because it means healthier
Right.
lives. But I think ultimately this is the part where I get worried. Is I run it typically. Both Jesse shows up, and I'm the other person that runs it, because I'm not willing to put another thing on the plate of my teachers. I don't know if you know, this is an exceptional year with exceptional responsibility. So I'm not going to ever put this as something that I expect of them.
Right.
And that's why I brought it here before. I brought it to this meeting before. The other piece is, if we continue and we sustain through next year, like I could see us dealing with all the way through May, no problem, between me and Jesse and what usually goes on. But I get pulled in the meeting in a lot of mornings with, first of all, staff meetings are usually on Wednesday mornings, but then the other piece of it is, sometimes there are IPs and so forth, where I have to be at these meetings legally. So it becomes a challenge, it becomes dicey for this, if this is not something that is sustained without my presence.
And it shouldn't be.
I get that,
completely
but this is
fair.
not,
Yeah.
this is, you get what you get in terms of involvement sometimes, and I have an exceptionally great group of involved people here, but not everybody is as involved. And that's just the way it is. So I'm never going to go like, I need all of you to do it. I'm just saying this is something that I can't sustain. So if it goes week to week,
Right.
I can make it through May, but I do not see it sustaining unless I get parent involved in it.
Right.
We just need to start asking and finding out who can, and obviously, we need to do it, not just you.
And that's where it is. And that because the truth is, I want to focus on your kids' learning. I really do. And that's where my energies should be going. If you could take this on as delegating and recruiting folks to be a part of those gay people, the username and password is the easiest thing ever in the world to remember. And the app is easy to download. It's not a hard thing to run. And I will provide you with the Chromebooks, the access to the scanners and the Chromebooks as needed. I'm happy to give the resources, but I can't give them right time to it.
Well, if you find 4 people a month, at least one location, that's just you're scanning one morning
Yeah.
a month. It's not like, a lot of times parents think that it's a big commitment, like, oh, can you help us with this? Oh, they're thinking there's a lot to it.
Right.
Like, you're here anyways, there's, at other schools that we work with, sometimes I come up to, there's a group of parents just, talking, they just dropped off their kids. And I said, oh, we need some extra help on this morning to scan. Would you be able to just 30 minutes of your time be over there? Of course, I didn't know it was that simple. So a lot of times
Right,
parents
that's-
think it's a big commitment where it's just like 30 minutes of one morning.
And it probably doesn't even come to that. That's you arriving, getting your equipment. I mean, it's pretty
Right,
quick.
yeah, it's pretty simple. And then obviously you're not doing any data entry, it's all in the system, and we make sure everything works, so.
And I don't know if parents realize they could drop their kids off at Adventure Club parking lot right there on Rand.
Yeah.
That is one of the drop
That's
and
the
walk.
drop and walk area.
That's like that happens a lot.
Right.
And I don't think people realize that's considered walking. I mean, I don't consider it
It's
walking
still-
to school.
It still counts.
However, it still counts.
Yeah.
And even they could drop them off at the parking lot of the park on
Walk
Rand.
across the field. Absolutely.
And
I don't
that's-
think that's an issue of people, walking, but it's the issue of them knowing what days and having the people to scan. So this is my thought, and mind you, I just was thinking, what if there was the ability to just run a small training for teachers, not for teachers, for parents that want to do that scanning with the app, kind of like Jay showed you today, of downloading that, 15 minutes at the most with a group of parents that want to do it. Then there's the ability of
Yeah,
saying,
and Yvonne and I can do that, so you don't even have to be a part of that.
see, that's
We
amazing.
can come in and just show whoever's interested in scanning. This is how you pull it up, this is what you do. These are the locations where you need to be.
And it could be something in April that we try to get the momentum going of getting a pool of parents that at least know how to do it.
Right, and then next year we could actually have somebody be in charge of scheduling, who wants to volunteer for the year, scheduling the parents for coming every Wednesday, and then we make sure those parents know. And like you said, if they're out front and they're scanning people and there's someone standing there, hey, we need somebody next Wednesday, can you come help us?
Yeah.
This is what you do. They'd be probably more than likely to say, well, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, especially if they're there anyways.
Tengo una pregunta. El niño viene a guitarra los miércoles y pues no puede venir caminando porque se tendría que venir desde las 7.
Sí.
¿Puede venir otro día y cuenta para él?
Okay, so our son has guitar lessons on Wednesdays at 8, so he would have to walk at 7 or 7. Could he walk any other day? Would that count for him?
Well, right now, we're only scanning it on Wednesday. The system doesn't matter what day you scan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it just depends on if there's someone there that morning to
Right.
come. You can do it every day if you want. It doesn't change anything on our end. It's just having someone there is what we're asking.
Entonces, yo puedo venir por caminando. Ajá.
It just depends on the time. Make sure that there's someone there to scan him. What school starts at 8:40?
Yeah, it starts at 8:40, yes. And
Okay.
it's here on campus that he has guitar practice.
Oh, okay.
So just walking from home here. So you can, if you walk with him antes de guitarra, caminando.
Tendría que venirse a las 7 y se tendría que levantar a las 6 de la mañana
Sí.
porque él se baña temprano. Entonces,
Sí, es más temprano.
sí, ajá.
So it's just that walking with the guitar, you have to get here at 8 o'clock, you have to get here a lot
Yeah, I
earlier.
understand. I mean, we just like it's Wednesday because it's the
Yeah.
walking Wednesdays, but you can do really any other day as long as you have someone here to scan, so.
I hear.
So for,
But the people put it.
so should we just rely on student council to help promote the message for walking in every day in May, or every Wednesday in May?
Well, we do flyers and we can,
We'll send
help promote it.
information for
Yeah.
parents as well.
We can do our Friday folder.
So should I send like a half sheet flyer, so it's not
So
too
student
much?
council can make posters around, like you're saying, but are you asking if PTC can help promote that, or are you asking if student council can promote it? Student council is the student, this is
Yeah,
PTC.
yeah.
Are you asking, can PTC help promote it too? Is that what you were asking?
I mean, if it'll help, I'm not sure how we want.
Well,
We can definitely get the flyers,
Mhm.
put together to put in the Friday folders. If she sends us the flyer, we can print that out and get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Can definitely do that.
And then our Facebook page.
We've definitely, and every Wednesday we've done that, every Wednesday. Hey, it's Wednesday, bring your scanner.
Would you want this in Spanish as well?
Yes,
please.
English, Spanish,
And if we go the route of decide to do it every Wednesday, and we see the possibility, we all can agree that if it's successful and we get the buy-in from parents, that it could be something that we say, remember, every Wednesday is Walking Wednesday, or, we can switch it to Friday. We only picked Wednesday because
It's
I'm
all
not
good.
doing a W,
Exactly, yeah.
But we can switch it to Friday for all that matters for next year. But the point is, Vaughn has asked before, and I think that we talked, Julia, about
Mhm.
signage.
Right.
And then we could they'll make a banner for us that will promote it on the front of our school.
That would be great.
But we have to show equal commitment for them to put that vested money into
Sure.
producing a banner for us. And that's where I wasn't there because I can't commit to something I can't physically commit to.
Well, you were only doing it once a month, so what's the point of having a banner up and down,
Exactly.
Whereas if you're gonna consistently do it every week, then we can, no problem, put up the banner.
Banner that you would just stay there.
Right, yeah, you would do it. Yeah, the ones that are other schools that have been up all school year, and they look fine, they look brand new, so.
Yeah.
Surprising. Okay, so then I'll just work with my ambassador volunteer, Aaron, so he will come out on May 6th, will be the first scan day in May. And you're Jesse, I think, okay? So do you prefer any front or back gate for him to?
No
Okay.
preference. No preference.
So
He's
then-
usually at the back gate.
Okay.
He can take either one, but I'm just saying, for consistency, Aaron could be able to do the front one.
Yeah,
That way
I
if he
think
needs
that's
any help.
easy.
Well,
He
then
doesn't-
also, he would be like a better ambassador for the city up front, where all the parents up front could see,
Yeah.
oh, wow, there's
That's
a
a good
city
one.
worker here kind of thing too,
Yeah.
and help promote it
Okay.
better.
So then in May, for sure, we have Aaron, all of, at one location covered, and then if you can cover, and then we'll see how that goes, and we can continue marketing that to parents, say, this is something that we need parent help with, because I'm not sure how long Aaron will be with the city. He's volunteering his time, he's a college student, it's not guaranteed he's gonna be here forever, so. But for May, I am asking him to commit to May, so.
And then on the Walk to School Wednesdays, when we first started it, did you do some kind of raffle thing where you would give?
And I can continue to do that, and in the past, they've supplied with
Yeah.
prizes. And
And
so
we'll-
we'll just continue with that.
We have like specific prizes for May as well, so we have new
Great.
stuff.
Awesome. Well, yeah, then promote that, that'll get the kids
It
fired up.
will, it'll be great to promote it in
Right,
May,
right.
April, to promote, to reinforce, all May,
All
get
the
ready.
way, yeah, and
So-
then,
Yeah. Well,
scan in to
do you have
be
prizes?
included for the raffle.
For April? Do you have anything to do right now? Any prizes to give?
I don't think I do, I think I'm out.
Are you out of April?
Yeah,
Okay.
Because, remember you went around to the classroom and pulled a name out of each,
yeah.
I think you did one out of each
Did
classroom,
it,
right?
I did a couple months in a row, I was able to do that because I have the prizes.
Yeah,
How many,
because that would,
do you pull? How many prizes?
I'll try to go to one classroom, I'll go to one person per classroom.
One per class?
Yeah, and so that means roughly 17 prizes.
because if you
Is that
could
true?
fit that in for April, that would be a great kickoff too. I know it's a time, but
I can do by grade level. If that
Yeah,
one's
like I was
here.
thinking, how many will
So
you
it'd be
have?
six
Okay.
prizes,
Yeah.
one per grade level. The only reason why I was going per classroom is because the other kids, they really like that other kid getting the prize and they really want to get it next time. Whereas if I go to one
That's the whole
classroom,
point. Keep walking, you might do it.
but my point is the next classroom over doesn't know that I gave that prize over to that one kid unless I do it during lunchtime. So I can just do
Okay.
it during lunchtime.
I'll see what we have in stock, because we have certain things allotted for May,
Mhm.
and then I'll see what we have for April.
Yeah.
And for grade, which is 6, right?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
17 if you do one per. Just checking my blessings. And then extra tags, if kids need extra tags, if they haven't been walking in the winter now, all of a sudden they want to in May, we can put the tag and the registration form or the explanation flyer in a Ziploc baggie together
Mhm.
and send that home with the kid. That way it's all together, and if mom opens it and she wants to register, she already has the tag with, together.
And if I
it's
could
not.
ask this, also when you do decide when those parents come together for that training, so to speak,
Mhm.
there probably needs to be some greater explanation as to, because some went online and then they automated another digit, 6-digit, 7-digit, 8-digit number, I don't even
Of
know.
their own.
And that number is not the same as what's on the tag and causes a ton of confusion. And I'm not a master at this, and frankly, I don't want to be, because I got other things I've got to do.
No.
So
And
it
that
makes,
happened because the tag and the flyer were not, they did not come home together.
okay.
It was they got one or the other
Right.
first, and it wasn't meant, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and so those kind of things need to be
They're
clarified
supposed to
because,
come home together,
when
that
somebody
way you
holds
have
the
to
phone-
register and you're done.
yeah, somebody holds the phone to scan somebody, they're going to start asking questions of those people, those parents,
Right.
as being the new experts about it.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
you
No,
might,
we can
yeah,
talk about all
that
the
would be-
logistics. Yeah.
because that would just, because if I can't answer the question, then I don't know how to ease people's frustration or encourage them to do this, because I'm not even sure what the right process is. They said they did it, and it still messed up, so to speak.
And do we have extra shoes still, or are you gonna give us some
We
more?
do in the office, I believe Chris and Debbie know where they're at,
Okay.
and they know
So
how
I
to
can
issue.
ask Debbie where she's at. She had a whole way of spreadsheet with having.
Yeah.
Yeah,
had
she
it all.
called me one time, because same thing happened to me, I had 2 different numbers for Landon, and she called me and said, okay, which one's on this tag, and so we
Yeah,
figured that out.
So we'll see if we need extra tags, we can put them in a Ziploc, and that way going forward, there's no confusion.
And then is it ideal that they keep their same tag next year? Is that ideal, or would you start all over?
Yeah, we could. We have a choice of either we normally delete all previous year's trips,
Okay.
just as this, just start fresh. We could keep them, but we don't see a need for it because, some.
So you would give us a whole new collection of shoes?
I
and-
would not, no.
Oh.
I would give you additional ones because you have new kids coming in, or you have some, but we reset everything to 0. So you're not going to keep, Johnny had 30 trips this school year, next year.
Okay, no, I meant the actual shoe, it's just the
Same.
scanner itself, and keep the same scanner, okay.
Julie, would you mind spelling and pronouncing your last name? Because-
Julia Kashuk, so KHASHCHUK. A lot of H's.
And I would have butchered that.
I know.
So that's
A
why
lot
I
of
asked
people
you
do.
to say that.
I
Okay.
know. You can just say Julia, I don't expect you. And working with student council, you'll take care of that. making
Yeah,
sure- okay.
I'll work with Dave. I'll email him.
Yeah, just maybe kids just do some basic posters, one just
We'll just say
Wednesday and May.
every Wednesday in May is walk to school
Yeah.
Wednesday. Don't forget it.
And
So
scan
it's-
in for raffle prizes,
Yep, and scan for rocket
because
prizes.
that'll get them back.
Yep.
Okay, and then we'll try to get some more prizes for April in the meantime.
Cool.
Okay.
Thanks for coming
Thank you
tonight.
so much.
Thank you.
You'll keep in touch.
Julia, my name is Lori Cole, so I'll
Okay.
contact you about becoming an ambassador.
Oh, good. Yeah, you can email me or call me, whatever. There's more information on that flyer.
Well, there was 2 ladies' names, and I believe I couldn't pronounce one of them, so that would be it.
That would be me. Just in case, I'll give you my contact cards, please.
All right, the next item of business is the ice cream social art show auction. We want to schedule that for May 22nd, but we need a volunteer coordinator. I know that, Holly, you said you wanted to help with that. Maybe if between you and Tammy or Disco, if you can get together with her, and then see if there's any other like art docent volunteers that might want to step up and help with, the art show. And I'll let you have free rein on that as to like what kind of auction and art show stuff you're gonna do.
Do you have any idea what, like, any people that have done this before? Because I have some resources of just around the corner over at Harry Joe. This is what they do. And they just have stickers that say sold. They put them up nice in the multi, and then the parents donate, and then they put the sticker on. It's really simple, but they may know exactly where to buy the stickers. And
Okay.
it might just be like cutting some corners in this process.
Okay.
If that would be helpful, I can, do that for you.
And I've also made
Email
contact.
address with somebody, I don't
Sure.
know.
Perfect.
And I've, also talked to the guitar teacher. I haven't heard back from the harmonica teacher yet, but, I kinda wanted to make it a showcase for all things Caseburg art, performing arts, as well as art projects and all that kind of stuff. So, she had said something about, participating in the variety show, but I checked with Tamara, and Tamara said she's not going to schedule them to participate in the variety show. So, she said it was a great idea to put them with the art show, so. I can give you that contact information as well. And you might, when does, harmonica band?
Thursday mornings?
Thursday mornings, you might, if you have availability, come on Thursday mornings and talk to the teacher. Cause he didn't reply to my email, so might be easier.
Is this Robert Keenan?
I think so.
Okay.
They start at 8, did you say?
They start at 8, yeah. Do you have his, so it's RRKNME at yahoo.com. RRKNME at yahoo.com. That's Robert Keelan. Could be that the R was left out or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't bounce back, but
Yeah.
it might not have been that though. It might have been, I don't remember. Anyway, I'll check it out, but, we just wanted to perform some songs. I wanted to, be, I know,
It'd be like background music.
the guitar, yeah, the guitar, teacher was scared that we wanted them to sing and they're not ready to sing yet and all that kind of stuff. I was like, no, just, whatever they can perform would be great. We just want to showcase them that we do have these programs here at Caseburg, because there's a lot of parents out there, oh, I didn't know we had guitar.
Right.
I didn't know, I remember the flyer that came home for the harmonica band. I thought that was cool, but Landon went, nah, I don't want to go early. So, but, there's other people out there that didn't know about it. And so when we have them at the art show, they'll be like, oh, I didn't know that was art. So you'll take that on with Tammy?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, next item of business is officer elections. We need to promote out there that we need nominations for anybody who wants to fill these lovely positions for next year. I know for sure we're gonna definitely need a treasurer and probably a secretary, possibly. For sure, so, but all positions can be open. So, we need to promote that and possibly have the elections at the ice cream social where everybody can drop their vote in while they're at the ice cream social, and then we can announce at our next general meeting on the 27th of May who the next board is. That's my goal.
So that's why you moved the meeting back to the end of May.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
well, yeah, that schedule stuff, nothing else. But yeah, so we can get the nominations out there so that we can get the votes in and counted, and then we can announce it at our last meeting, which will be May 27th. And we need teachers and parents, because it's a parent-teacher club, so anyone can join and nominate and vote. All right, so any other new business anybody wants to talk about or bring up?
I'm sorry, when are people being nominated for this? How is that
I
happening?
have to put the flyer together and get it out there, and from now until
Gotcha. Yeah.
ice cream social,
Sorry.
put your ballot in the voting box at the ice cream social.
Yes, gotcha.
You can, you get that done by next Friday, so then people have it in Friday folders, and when they come to the movie night, we
Yes.
can refer to their Friday folders or something like that.
Yeah, we can do it for next Friday
Is that,
folders, yeah. And we can promote it, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll promote it as best we can.
yeah.
So I don't want there to not be a PTC next year.
Can you explain to Mom what the ice cream social is about and what time it takes place?
Let's see, what time are we, what time do we usually have it, about 6:30? Like between 6:30 and 8? Is that usually when we have the ice cream social?
I think so.
Okay.
So
I'll
is
write
it
that down.
free ice cream again this year, or are we selling this year? Or did we?
I think we'll do the free ice cream, because that's kind of like the
Draw.
But we're gonna sell the art pieces for like I think $1 each or something like that.
That the kids have done
kind
in
of-
art those.
Yes. Yeah. It's gonna be up to the.
Correct me if I'm wrong, the last we've done in the past is we would have auctions going on that
Yeah,
people
we
would
had-
submit. That's what's happened in the past as a way of fundraising.
We had
But-
baskets the
Yeah,
last
we're
couple
gonna
of
do
years. We
raffles.
had baskets,
Exactly. So,
and like
Like
each
dump-
classroom or
dumpers in
each
and
grade
it's
made
all
a basket,
yeah.
and everybody silently bid on them.
To make money.
And then we, you know.
Yeah, I know we've changed, and that's
Yeah.
and that's why I'm trying to point that out.
Right, yeah.
So that's
We
what we're doing
changed
that.
it.
So that's what we've done in the past. There's
Yeah.
a change that we're going a little bit more toward showing of the arts that goes on at the school between the music programs and then the arts docent program, as well as trying to draw families in to have it be a fun night.
Right.
And we're still gonna do the raffle now that we have our next session.
That's great.
Yeah, so we're gonna get some prizes
Awesome.
from the community to raffle. So we can buy raffle tickets
At the ice cream.
at the ice cream social as a way of helping to raise funds for next year. And
And her son will be performing and using the guitar.
that's right, your son will be performing for the guitar.
In the past, we also had like where the kids could try to, or do something with their teachers.
With the teachers, yeah.
And I don't know if it was quite done as much last year, but I know my kids love that so much. I know your kids
Right,
do too.
yeah.
Do you know, have you seen
No,
that
I
before?
haven't.
Okay.
So, the teachers, if you can go around to the teachers and ask them, what they want to donate,
Personally,
For that
like
ice cream
personally,
social?
right?
and they usually do like, take a friend to McDonald's, take them and a friend to McDonald's with the teacher, or they do a, We You Day, or they'll do an art project with them.
Or an hour with the principal or something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Or yeah, like, I think.
Principal for the
day,
day,
or
or
something.
whatever.
And the principal for a half day.
For a
Yeah,
half day.
yeah.
And they,
I
and
give
they
them, I
do-
give them a walkie-talkie and just let them go hog wild.
And then like six teachers and Mr. Willie, they all get together and do like a basketball, teachers versus students. So they pick like 6 or 8 students or whatnot. That's the one Scotland loved, and he did it from kindergarten to 6th grade,
But
all year.
yeah.
But is it all, like, it's
So,
an
like-
option for the teachers, right?
It's an option for them.
In the
You
past,
put
it was
out
kind of
there,
like 1 or 2
wants to
teachers did
donate.
it. I'm not sure. I felt like it was kind of more like 4 teachers did.
There was some that like grouped together
Yeah.
kind of thing, but
But
you know,
one
so
or two
it's
teachers
what
got
they want to put
We
into
really
it
wanted to.
to make it fun. There's been years past where we've done the teachers scoop the ice cream. I don't know if you necessarily want to do that, or if they want to, but you can ask.
We're gonna ask Debbie's son, and I think it was her son that she was talking about,
I
and talking to
think
the high school.
Tammy's son,
Oh, okay. About getting involved.
Tammy Roberts' son, that has come here before, Ethan.
Yeah.
We were gonna ask him,
Right, right, right.
there was a volunteer from the high school that do community service hours still to graduate. If they wanna come volunteer for ice cream social and help man the auction and the ice cream and all that kind of stuff. So that,
That was the raffle.
it's one thing that to get the teachers involved, if they do the raffle prizes, that'd be great. That's so much fun for the kids, they love that kind of stuff.
No.
To see the teachers scoop the ice cream isn't as fun as putting their tickets in raffle prizes, but they, you know. So, I mean, if we have, last year, I think there was, Charlene Birch's son and like 4 of his friends from the
Melissa
football
Dirks.
team.
Yeah.
Melissa
Melissa
too.
Dirks' kids.
Yeah, they had high school football players
Yeah.
scooping the ice cream the whole time.
And Melissa
Yeah.
might still be into that because she still has kids that go here.
That's great.
So we have options available.
Yeah.
But I know that Tammy Roberts' son was really into, doing the community service hours and stuff. So we would definitely sign off on any community service hours if anybody wants to volunteer for that. I'm definitely up for that. All right, so then just our other announcements and upcoming events, I just listed them out there. I combined what, the PTC has plus the school, just so that we could all be reminded of all the stuff that's going on, because there's so much. And that, this isn't everything, obviously, but, so we have Jamba Juices coming up on, Monday, April 13th, Monday, April 27th, Monday, May 11th, and Thursday, May 21st. And then we have the dinner and movie night. We're gonna show Big Hero 6 and raise funds with our pizza, popcorn, cotton candy sales, whatever we can do.
It says 6 o'clock. Is it 6 o'clock the doors open?
Yes,
6:30 meeting starts?
right.
I'm looking at my calendar to make sure.
Do the doors close?
Casper Devine's calendar's got to match it. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Do the doors close at a certain time? Like, if you, like, that night we can't be there till after 7, can we still come, or is it?
I
Don't
don't
see any reason why not.
close
Okay,
the
all
doors.
right, I don't know,
Yeah.
all right.
No,
It's awfully stuffy.
You might not-
Too, a whole bunch of
That's
kids.
true.
yeah, 7:30,
Yeah, it'll be one.
Oh, did I say that wrong?
So I think we had scheduled that with you on April 17th.
Yep, you're good.
Was May 22nd okay for the ice cream social?
I'm looking at it right now. Yes, it's clean.
Okay, great.
Which day?
May 22nd for the ice cream social.
What time?
6:30 to 8.
6:30 to 8. It's in the calendar.
Thank you. So yeah, Spring Picture Day is April 24th. We are going to have Panda Express Dine Out Night. We get 20% back from every flyer that we get. We will litter the parking lot and at pickup time with flyers. We can't litter their parking lot, but we can litter ours.
Have we done this before?
No,
This is our
we were
first one.
going to, and our tax
Okay.
ID was not in place, so now it is.
And it's a Friday night.
Yes, so get your Chinese
Wow,
on for Friday night.
that's really nice they're giving us a Friday
And
night.
it's from 4 to 9. So yeah, from 4 until they close.
On the dinner and movie night, can I just ask, if you want to look into like an outside the box look, there's a guy named, gentleman named Ian who works with Crush Burger, and he has helped us out before, and they really want to be in the community.
Okay,
So if you would like to, you can drop my name. I already know him. He'll be able to say, yes, we can donate a bunch of Crush Burger to that event or not.
or have his truck out there.
That would be amazing.
When they
His
put
truck would, that would be phenomenal.
But the truck would be him selling it.
Well, we
Yeah,
get
but
a
you
cut.
donate to us.
We get a cut. Usually it's a 20% cut on those.
And they'd be fresh and hot.
Yeah.
Right. And
A lot of times they won't give you a bunch to sell at your event because the quality control is not in their hands.
Right.
I know that for sure when we're talking about like Chick-fil-A. They will only donate because that way people aren't paying for a product that doesn't go to their standard. So if Crush Burger is giving them out of their parking lot for a fee and maybe get 20% back, it's a win-win for everybody.
And then they get promoted in the community and everybody gets to taste it.
Well, that's next week, so if we want them, we have to hurry up and ask.
Well, I understand that doesn't have to happen for that event.
Yeah.
If there's another event that might be further on down the road, I'm not trying to put pressure on anybody here. Just saying I have a resource that was available.
So we can call and ask.
Yeah.
No harm in that. All right, and then, so Run for Roseville. Does the school put up a booth to promote Caseburg?
Not typically, no.
Okay,
At the Run for Roseville event.
yeah, like where they have
Other
everybody.
schools, they do.
Other schools do, right?
We have that poster
Yeah.
that needs to be
Running for
replaced,
Roseville?
but
Yeah. They have a booth
where,
set up.
Where the starting line is, they have a bunch of booths and stuff.
And
And
the,
the schools.
schools.
And we had
have
one that
a
said like
booth.
Christmas one year.
What?
Ours said like Christmas one year. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Because, I mean,
I've done it
that's
every
the
year.
thing I understand that vendors,
They do have vendors, but like it's kind of like a meeting spot for some
For the schools.
for some of the schools. They kind of go to. It's just like a pop-up tent. It's not like you have to do anything, but it's like
okay. A pop-up tent's different than being in a booth, because
Well,
a booth means we're selling something or we're doing something.
Yeah, no, well, it's
Do we
a
need an
pop-up
easy
tent.
up that we all meet under?
Yeah, we have.
We could do that.
with a banner
And
of
then
some
with
sort
the
that's their
banner,
name,
Caseburg.
not Christmas.
we have a vinyl banner because the poster that went up last year is paper and it just keeps getting folded up and full, like it just, we need a banner. And I wanted to ask at the beginning of the year if we can get a banner, because it says something like Caseburg Cares
Sure.
about our community, or Caseburg Cares or something.
Mhm.
But we didn't have any money. So, and I don't know if we can have a banner made by the end of the month, but there's something that gets hung at Run for Roseville that has our name on it that's looking pretty sad.
And I wouldn't try to spend any money on that right now. And the reason why I would just suggest this is because two reasons, or I should say two comments. First comment is I've approached the people you are familiar with the Angry Birds, Caseburg logo and so forth, and they gave me a no for sure on letting us use their branding for like other logoing within the school. So we can't actually use that likeness. So I had to go down that road before I say the next thing. I'm looking at next year,
I'm confused.
bringing somebody
I'm
in.
confused.
I'll explain a little further in a second. I'm looking at, ultimately this is the answer though. Ultimately next year I'm looking at trying to get some sort of logo that's a little bit more nicer than a really confusing looking hawk. So, meaning I don't know if you see our letterhead, it's just hard to identify what it is. And we needed something a little bit more modern. And so just keeping in mind that once we get to that place where that logo is there, then it can be something that we can put on anything and everything,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
including the banner.
So you want a more kid-friendly hawk?
And initially it was that we had an agreement or a partnership with the company Rovio, which makes Angry Birds video games, and they agreed to give every single person in the preschool and the school, every student and staff member a shirt that has a Caseburg hawk in this Angry Bird likeness. And then I've gone down the road of having conversations back and forth with Finland, because that's where they're at, to see if they would be okay with utilizing or us using that likeness for our branding, because it's it's not professional looking, but it sure is it's a recognizable and very kid-friendly kind of looking logo. Gone down that road came to a dead end. So we just finished that back and forth just 2 days ago, and it's a for sure no. The shirt is going to be the start and end of the relationship there, which is great. It's a wonderful thing.
So we'll be getting shirts.
Yes, but that means that because I went to that dead end is there now. I go to where I initially was going to go prior to this relationship even starting. We're going to look at trying to get a little bit more of a professional looking logo. For example, next year, a couple field trips were covered that were those oriented toward that. And then the other thing that's kind of cool is there's an icon system that is technology oriented that we use with our autistic students that now our speech teacher now has access to not just the program itself, but will have access to a color printer. I mean, I think a $2,000 purchase of the software plus the hardware to run it. And that was all purchased through that as well. So they do it very itemized, case by case, honoring basis, and our superintendent is involved in honoring those as well. So it's very credible.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, and then we have our last Sammy Circuit on Monday, April 27th for the kids. So it's the Sammy Circuit Day at school. And then the Hawk Hustle is being put on by the Student Council on Thursday, April 30th, and I'm sure information will come home for that in the Friday folder about donations and whatnot. And that's run through and by the Student Council.
And that's what?
That's when they do, like, they get bids for
Okay.
jogging laps.
Okay. Not a dance.
And
It's
it's
a
like,
cute name for jogging.
Okay.
yeah.
During that same period of time, this is more concerning upper grade students, there is Kaiser Permanente coming in to talk about bullying, peaceful words, friendships, and other healthy lifestyle kind of choices with, in terms of friendship and so forth. They're coming in to do
an assembly?
a workshop, an assembly the first day for third, fourth, and fifth, And then the day after that, going to do workshops with students. So
And
it's,
that's right around the same time as Hawk Hustle?
yeah, it's actually working with Hawk Hustle. For the students that aren't actually doing the jogathon part, they're going to be doing the workshops.
Oh, nice.
So it's working in continuity with it. Because a lot of times it's like, there's always a group that's kind of like, okay, we're not doing the run, we're not doing the waiting, what do we do? That's what we do.
But that whole week is gonna be like active lifestyles.
I'm looking at it right now, it is quite busy.
Yeah.
Oh, in regards to the information for Run for Roseville, I do have that posted on the calendar on PTC website. So look in the calendar and you'll see it.
Thank you.
All right, and then we have the Staff Appreciation Week coming up through May 4th through the 8th. Lori Cobal's heading that up. How's that going?
It's going well, yeah. So,
Awesome. Excited?
just, they're gonna get what they get, and I've got, some plans, and
And then the ELAC, parents are planning to do something on the 5th?
yes, for the school.
Sí, estamos organizando algo para, no para los maestros, es para los niños, para que conozcan la cultura mexicana de los niños, pero para los maestros, para el 5 de mayo.
Yes, yes, they are. So the kids can learn about their culture.
Right, so you're gonna do a presentation for the kids.
Ya, pero no es nada para los maestros.
It's not anything for the teachers,
Solo-
it's for the students.
Solo vamos a donar arroz y frijoles para una fiesta que ella incluso ese grupo de PTC tiene preparado para los maestros, o no sé qué sea, pero vamos a donar mi amiga y yo arroz y frijoles.
We're gonna donate beans and rice for whatever you guys have prepared for the teachers week.
For the
On
5th.
the
Sí, por aquí.
Yes.
Awesome.
Gracias.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry,
Go ahead. Nope.
I was just gonna say that because they felt bad because they weren't gonna be able to contribute necessarily for the teachers on that week. And did you say something at the end of the year you were thinking of doing something that was more for una día para las
Sí.
comida para los
Para los
maestros
maestros,
antes?
pero
Sí.
va a ser como en junio, como unos
Yeah.
días antes de que se termine la escuela, pero es solo para los maestros y es hecho por la comunidad latina.
Yeah, it'll be in June before school. It's out.
Yeah.
It's gonna be for the teachers.
Because we talked about how they're already doing something for students, and it's a busy week. Muchas haciendo esta semana. So, yeah. Gracias.
Thank you.
The Life Community Church is gonna do the barbecue again on the 8th.
Awesome.
And so I would like PTC board member presence if at all possible that day. Holly, I know I had you last year all day, and that was really great if that could happen again. But I know you guys all work, so. But the setup would start at like 9:30, to decorate. We'll do a luau theme, and then lunches start at 11 to about 1:30, right? I think my schedule for the day will be 9:30 to 1:30, and break it up in shifts, or like Holly came and stayed all day. So, and Yulita came in the morning, came back in the afternoon. And the church is going to supply the hamburgers and hot dogs and buns and condiments, and then I'm going to get some side dishes.
And that's on.
Oh, and I'll need side dishes.
And that's on May 8th for teachers.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And we usually set up in the quad with tables and everything, so we can totally use some grit, some people going out there.
Well, Willie's really good at knowing the 5th grade boys who don't mind missing a little bit of school and
Sure.
setting up the tables and
Oh,
stuff. And then we have all the decorations from last year, and then Holly's boxes of fun. And I've got, we're gonna make slushy blender drinks again, and I've asked the dad who did it last year if he would do it again, and if he's not working, he will. And so I need to start getting, finding some side dishes for that day and help for that day. But I just got little things set up through the week, Mr. Welty. I sat down with you and asked you for Wednesday morning, the 6th, I mean. Do you have me down for the special delivery?
It says says on the 6th.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
sorry.
I thought you said 5th, I'm sorry.
I did
heard
say
wrong.
5 because
Okay.
my little notes say 5/6.
5/6, yes, sorry. Yes, it says, delivering cider to teachers with Lori, wear nice clothes.
Thank you. Oh,
It
thanks.
says that.
It
do
better,
listen- I
it
do
better
listen to
say
you.
that.
I did listen to you.
Funny.
I was gonna also, this was the thing, on that week, I just wanna let you know, just side note, the teacher appreciation week for the district is the week after. Absolutely not a bad thing that we have it on a different one, because then the district can say, good job teachers, and it just goes for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm great with that.
Yeah,
So
so
anyway, just wanted you to know that.
our teachers will get spoiled for 2 weeks.
Beautiful.
And then Pete's Pizza, right here on Junction, is gonna comp a lunch for the teachers on the 6th.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
I just met with him this morning. It was so nice. So we've got Lily and Martha doing some beans and rice on Tuesday, and then I'll add to that to make it more meal-like. And Pete's Pizza on Wednesday is what I've got. And then the barbecue on Friday. So far.
Nice. Good job. Thank you. All right, and then back to school night is May 14th from 6 to 7:30.
Just change that to open house.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Open house.
I saw that initially and I just couldn't wait until we got to it.
Thank you.
It's like, we're going back to school, go away.
Open house night
Yes.
is May 14th from 6 to 7:30. The book fair will be open during that time as well. She's going to have a book fair, Polly, the librarian, Miss Trina, is going to have a book fair May 11th through May 15th. I know that I'd given her the volunteers who said they wanted to help with book fairs. I don't know how many she's gotten back, but if anybody would like to volunteer to help her, please contact her and she'll take you on, I'm sure. So, then of course we've got the ice cream social art show auction on May 22nd. The school's variety show, and is that put together by student council or just by the teachers?
Well, one of the teachers that is in the student council, Mrs. Adams usually leads it. There's a couple other teachers, if I looked online, there's an adjunct for it that some teachers help her.
Okay,
Usually it's Mrs. Beebe, Mrs. Wackerly.
so it's a teacher-driven thing.
Typically, the organizational structures of it have to be.
Of course.
Yeah. But, I mean, there's no parent that has stepped up if that's your question.
Well,
It's teachers.
I wanted to promote if it was
Yeah.
student council.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's a student council, but it's not a student council function.
Okay.
So
So
we
it's a
can
teacher.
promote it, yes.
But we could still say we're looking forward to the
Oh, yeah,
variety
no,
show, because we could come,
yeah.
right? Take
Yeah,
parents,
yeah,
people,
definitely.
parents can come.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna put out flyers, I'm gonna let them do that. They do the auditions and all that kind of stuff, and then we put the whole show together. I'm just gonna say, hey, everybody,
Yeah.
remember the variety show.
Can I add to that and say how much my husband and I got to come watch the egg drop, and it was great. We loved it, and we loved Mr. Welty passed us on that they opened it up to all students. So my little first grader he was stoked. He worked on it all week, and
That's cool.
and he really enjoyed it. So
And I love the pictures that he posted. Those were awesome.
yeah, it was so cool.
So this
and,
would be
and his
something-
egg didn't break, so that was like the best thing ever.
That's, so I want you to know that this is something that could grow in and of itself and become something. It's really cool the way they're doing it, and I'm like excited that it gathers that in the light of its own. What I've seen happen before is the city of Roseville Fire Department. They will get behind it as well because it's an educational thing, and they will drive onto your campus blacktop.
And use
They
their
will
ladder.
raise their ladder all the way up, and it just becomes a school event where everybody comes and sits around and like cheers on the eggs.
Oh,
No joke.
that's so fun.
And so it's something that if we did it, we could have kind of like qualifying, and then finally, if you get to the qualifying last whatever, we could have that. It's just one of those things that
Well, it
we
was
kind of
really
a fun
it was
little
very
tradition.
cool.
It's
And
a
we
fun
enjoyed
tradition,
it.
and I know that
And your
Mrs. Adams
daughter got
loves
to go
doing it,
first.
so.
And then the last item that we have is, our next general meeting, we are moving it down further into the month so that we have enough time to get the votes and nominations and whatnot for officer elections. So our next general meeting, which will be the last one of the year, is on Wednesday, May 27th at 6 o'clock.
Do you have to schedule a board meeting on that?
No, I don't have that yet. Probably the week before.
Okay, just shoot me an email.
Okay.
That'd be great.
Is there any other business that anybody needs to bring up or wants to say, or anything else that we didn't answer or cover?
That was a lot tonight.
Oh, it was a lot tonight.
Good job on the tax stuff.
I know, so,
Thank you.
being that only 3 parents, other than the board, are here tonight, we just gotta promote all this fun that's coming.
Right.
Really need to promote it.
Yep, we shall. We will.
So,
We had to put it together and put it in a meeting so that we can
yeah.
really promote it.
And it's crazy that it's middle of April.
I know.
When you said the movie night's next week, I almost fell out of my chair.
All right, I will adjourn the meeting at